Hello and welcome. In the previous lecture, we have started with the basics of lists. In this lecture, we will dive deep into it. I am Harshvardhan, an artificial intelligence engineer, and you are watching another web guy YouTube channel. Today, we are going to learn various features of lists. So, roll up the intro and let's get started. And if you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. To change the value of a specific item, we need to refer to the index number. For example, list 1 is equals to apple, banana and cherry. Now, to convert apple to orange, we need to refer to the index number. For example, list 1, index 0 is apple. We need to convert apple to orange. So I will say list 1, index 0, that means apple, is equals to orange. Let's check the list 1. It's orange, banana and cherry, where at first it was apple, banana and cherry. To check whether a specified item is present in a list or not, we will use in keyword. For example, apple in list 1. The false, because here we have changed apple to orange. Let's check orange in list 1. That's true because orange is present in this list 1. To determine how many elements a list has, use the len function. For example, len of list 1. Since this list 1 have 3 elements, so the length of this list 1 is 3. To add an item at the end of the list, use the append method. For example, list 1 dot append. This is method, append method, and specify the value to be added. For example, apple. Check list 1. It's orange, banana, cherry and apple because we have inserted apple to the list 1 at the end. To add an item at a specified index, we should go for insert method. For example, list 1 dot insert. Now specify index. I will say at index 1 and I have to add grapes. Check the list 1. It's grapes at index position 1. To remove an element from the end, we will use pop method. For example, list 1 dot pop. When we apply this method, this apple will be removed from this list 1. Let's use this apple and I will say list 1. Now you can see that there is no apple in this list. But note here, the element you pop is being returned, so you can save it inside a variable also. You can also pop any element present at a particular index. For example, list 1 dot pop. I want to remove this orange, so I will specify index 0 and it has returned me orange. That means orange is popped out from this list 1. So let's check list 1. It's grapes, banana and cherry. There is another technique to remove your data from a list, which is a del keyword. I will say del list 1 and I will specify 0. That means I am removing this grapes. And now check list 1. We have only 2 elements, banana and cherry, because we have deleted the value at index 0, which was grapes. You can also use del keyword to remove any variable. For example, I have used del, that means delete, list 1. Now let's check the list 1. You can see there is an error. Name list 1 is not defined because we have deleted the element, or you can say deleted the variable which was list 1. I want to reassign this list 1. Just copy and paste this value to here. Let's check the list 1 and here it is. We can use the clear method to remove all the element present in the list. For example, list1 dot clear. Let's check the list 1. It's an empty list because we have removed all the values present inside this list. Let's learn to copy a list. You cannot copy a list by simply typing list2 equal to list1. That means list2 is equal to list1, because list2 will only be a reference to list1 and the changes made in list1 will automatically be reflected in list2. For example, at first check what is the value in list1. It's nothing. I will assign some values to list1. I will say list1 is equals to this, and I will again do list2 is equal to list1. Let's check the list2. It have the same value as that of list1. Now I will apply pop method on list1. List1 dot pop. Here we have removed apple from this list1. So if we check list1, we have only orange, grape, banana and cherry. Now let's check to the list2. You can see that apple is also removed from this list because there was only a referencing to list1 from list2. There are many ways to copy a list. One of them is to use copy method. For example, list3 is equals to list1 dot copy. This copy is a method, copy method. Now let's check list3 and also list1. Both have the same elements. Now let's do an operation on list1. I will say list1 dot pop, or apply pop method. Cherry is removed from list1. Let's check list3. It remains same. It have cherry, whereas in list1 we have removed cherry. So to copy a list to another variable, you have to use this copy method to perform deep copy. Another method to do this, you can use list4 is equal to list of list1. If you perform any operation on list1, it won't be reflected in list4. You can see that we have popped out banana here from list1, but it is present in list4, but not in list1. To join two lists, you just have to add both of them. For example, list2, or I will create a new variable, say x is equals to 1, 2, 3 and y is equals to a, b, c. Now do x plus y, you will get 1, 2, 3, a, b, c together in a list. You can save it to another variable, say z. Let's check z. It's 1, 2, 3 and a, b, c together. You can also use extend method to perform this operation. For example, x dot extend y. Let's check x. It's 1, 2, 3, a, b, c. Here the primary variable x was modified. You can use list function to create a list. For example, a is equals to, I will say apple, banana, orange. Now check the type of A. It's tuple. We will discuss tuple in the later section of the course, but here we want to convert this A to list. So we will use A is equals to list of A. Check the type of A. It's of type list and print A. Now you can see that this is in form of list. So that's all for this lecture. See you in the next one.